What up, what up, what up? It's your boy, Cardinal, and we back for some more of that Ali Land boxing talk, people. And today we talking Mayweather ducking Pacquiao's explosive power. Alright, people, so, we know that Pacquiao's, destroying his sparring partners. There have been reports that he's been bloodying his sparring partners' noses, that he's showing tremendous speed, that his power is looking like it did when he was younger. And when you think about all of that, and you think about the Maypac rematch, and then Floyd Mayweather's recent comments about him joking about the Maypac rematch, you gotta wonder, at what point do people actually call it ducking? It took 6 years for the first fight to happen, and Pacquiao had to give up all type of stipulations to Mayweather for the fight to actually happen. And you gotta wonder now: is it now based on negotiation for money, or is it based on Mayweather can actually see that Pacquiao was hurt in the first fight? I think people got to realize that, injuries in sports happen, whether people want to accept it or not. The opposing fans are always going to say you're lying about a loss, or you're making excuses for a loss. Whether the excuses are real or not, it's just an excuse. But in this case, I think the excuse is real. Floyd Mayweather realizes it's real, and maybe he thought for real he wasn't telling the truth at first. Maybe he thought, even though he said in the interview that he knew everything that was going on in Pacquiao's camp for the fight, maybe he thought he got bad information, and he really thought he beat Pacquiao fairly, and everybody's gonna say, well, it was fair. It was fair. Both of them were there. His arm wasn't falling off. Well, it's not fair if a guy gets an exemption and another guy asks for an exemption and doesn't get it. It's not fair. The playing field's not level. Which and that statement right there lets me know Mayweather did know Pacquiao was hurt, because they disclosed Pacquiao's exemption to the Mayweather camp, but they didn't disclose the Mayweather camp's exemption to the Pacquiao camp until 2 weeks after the fight happened. So it lets me know Mayweather did know Pacquiao was hurt and took all the right precautions to not lose that fight, And I think this time around, he feels like there are no workarounds for him to get the victory. So the only out for him is to agree to the fight and then have a legitimate excuse for why he's not going to take the fight, which is, I never actually returned to boxing, I'm still retired. Is the reason why he's not actually taking fights. He's doing these little sparring contests instead of actually taking fights, because that's going to be his excuse for why he's testing the water. Is basically what I'm saying. He was testing the water to see, okay, let me throw. After the Jeff Horn fight, I think he was like, the dollars are still there, people still watching Pacquiao. Let me throw some bait out there and see if he'll take a rematch. And the buzz started building when they met in Japan, and then also I feel like he had already set the Tishin fight up, and he was just using that as some buzz to build around the Tishin fight to make people interested in the Tishin fight. But he was kind of like, let's meet in Japan, you know, let's throw some buzz out there in Japan to see what the buzz still is for the fight. And I don't think he was expecting this many people to still be interested in the fight. And when he saw the results of the Matisse fight, I think he completely changed his mind. And, you know, he had already had it set up to where he could bow out of that fight, though, by saying, you know, I'm still retired. I'm not an actual boxer. I don't even, you know what I'm saying? I just fought an exhibition. It wasn't a real fight. You know, he had this built-in excuse already ready, is what I'm saying. So, you know, at this point, you know, I don't care what a Mayweather fan says. Mayweather's ducking. You lost the first fight, and you don't want to smoke in the second fight because you know, Pacquiao's a whole different beast this time around. And true boxing fans want that rematch to solidify both of those guys' legacy. And true boxing fans can see that there's something fishy about Mayweather's career, and there's something fishy about how he goes about setting up his fights. Need any boxing gear? Hit that description box, man. Leave me a comment. Hit that like button if I'm at. If you know any homeless people, man, help these people. They just people. Just give them 1 minute of your time. You never know whose life you can turn around, man. If you don't know nothing else, man, if you can't talk about nothing else, just tell them about boxing, man. Ali Land Boxing Talk, Cardinal Red. We out of here.